This project started with the idea to mount a button box to the Logitech Shifter without using any additional table clamps. It's a similar idea from the earlier DIY USB handbrake video, where the shifter clamps down on the handbrake base to secure it. Placing the button box at the back of the shifter and holding it in a slight angle looks like a good location to install it. So from this, we need to create and design a mount that holds the button box at an angle and uses the underside of the shifter to hold it in place. There are a few different ways to prepare for the design. One way is by taking the measurements and general dimensions of the shifter, and these can be noted down on a piece of paper. We can also take pictures of the top and side views of the shifter, along with the measurements, and these can be used for reference when designing the model. Another interesting way to approach the design is to scan a 3D model of the shifter. A 3D scanner like the Creality Scan Lizard can capture an accurate 3-dimensional model of the shifter. Then this model can be used in the CAD software to design the ButtonBox Mount. As the shifter has a dark and shiny surface, a light coat of powder spray is applied to prepare it for scanning. This helps reduce the reflections and gives a matte finish on the surface, and while scanning, it helps improve the scan results. To capture the data, the shifter is placed on the turntable base and scanned by using the handheld mode. Steady and smooth movements are used for the scanning, capturing as much detail as possible. A total of 3 individual scans are captured to cover all areas of the shifter. The completed 3 separate scans are then aligned in the scanning software and processed into a 3D model. Once processed, the saved STL file is imported and set up in the CAD software. We now have a nice 1:1 scale 3D model of the shifter we can work from. Using the 3D scanned model as reference makes it easy to create the mounting bracket and to see how the parts will fit together. With the 3D model of the mount complete, the file is prepared for 3D printing. In the Slicer software, settings for layer height, infill and speed are adjusted, along with adding support material to the underside. Before printing the sliced model, layers are quickly checked and then it is sent to the 3D printer. The part is printed on the Ender 5 S1 3D printer with black PLA filament. Having a 3D printer is an excellent way to make custom parts, and if you have a design or file that you can't 3D print or make yourself, this is where our sponsor of today's video can help. PCBWay is a one-stop solution for PCB prototypes and assembly. With more than a decade in the field, they're also providing CNC machining, laser cutting, sheet metal fabrication, injection molding, and a 3D printing service. Sometimes we don't have all the required tools at home or in the workshop for our projects, so this is the perfect solution for producing high-quality parts. Getting parts made is a super easy process. On the PCBWay site, simply select the service required, upload a CAD file, then fill out the details for the quantity, material type, and other properties. You will receive a quote and then submit your request, and once the order is placed, the part will be made and shipped out to you. If you're looking to get some PCB boards made, CNC machine parts, sheet metal fabrication, or 3D printed parts for your next project, see the link in the video's description for PCBWay's site and check them out. Thanks again to PCBWay for sponsoring today's video. Once the part is finished printing, we can remove it from the 3D printer. With the part complete, the internal support material is removed with a pair of needle nose pliers. Next, 2 holes are marked on the bottom of the button box that align with the mount. Then, with the electronics removed, the 2 holes are drilled. A tip when drilling in plastic is to start with a smaller drill bit as a pilot hole and then gradually change up in size. The button box is connected and bolted to the mount with 2 bolts. These pass through the bottom of the mount and into the button box. Nuts are added to the bolts, and then these parts are tightened down to secure the 2 parts together. To install the mount, the shifter is loosened and the mount with the button box slides under the shifter. There is a small cutout in the base allowing for the shifter cable to pass through. Always check the cable is free before tightening down the shifter clamps. The shifter clamps are tightened down to hold it in place. With the button box mounted at the back, there is still plenty of room for shifting, and the buttons and dials are in an easy to reach location. It's a simple and neat way to install a button box to the Logitech Shifter, and hopefully this project gives you some ideas for your own setup.